It's day 5 and we are thinking about 1489 and the Treaty of Medina del Campo. Now, Medina del Campo was signed on the 27th of March in 1489, and essentially it was an alliance between England and Spain against France. It was the first substantial alliance for Henry VII, and the most important point for him was probably that neither side could harbour rebels from the other country. Now, it contained 25 different points, but the ones I'm going to focus on today are the ones concerning the engagement between Catherine of Aragon and Henry VII's son, Prince Arthur. So as we know at this point, they're both still very young children. Negotiations are tough and complicated, but Henry VII proves himself to be a tough diplomat and actually probably quite surprising Catherine's father, Ferdinand. So what were the points set out for this marriage? Well, firstly, the marriage was going to go ahead as soon as they reached the necessary age. But then it does go on to say that also the marriage should be consummated when they both reach the necessary age. Ferdinand had to provide a hefty dowry for Catherine of Aragon. It states it being 200,000 scudos, half to be paid when she arrived in England and the other half within 2 years. Now, I can't find an exact amount, what that would amount to today, around 28 million. There seems to have been some disagreement about whether or not a quarter of that could be paid in jewels and ornaments and things like that which belonged to the princess. Spain seemed quite keen for a quarter of it to be that. But also, Catherine was due to receive a third of the revenue from the duchies of Wales and Cornwall and Chester. And it does say that if she becomes Queen of England, that then she would receive more than that. That Ferdinand and Isabella have to promise to send Catherine decently apparelled, and she has to be provided with ornaments and jewellery befitting her rank. But I think this ties into this belief back then that beauty equated with being a good person. Another point is that the marriage must take place 1 month within her arrival in England. So jumping forward a few years, she did arrive in England 12 years later on the 2nd of October 1501, and true to the treaty they did get married 1 month later on the 14th of November 1501. Whether or not they followed the rule about the marriage being consummated is still widely debated today. So that's something that happened in 1489. The Treaty of Medina del Campo was signed. Do you know anything else that happened in that year? Let me know, and see you tomorrow for 1490.